Do I have to be here?
Sadly, yes. Since your parents are out and no one likes you.
What do you mean? Frank likes me. Right, Frank? Whatever. You guys are lame. Wake me up when you guys do something fun.
Hey, that kid York is kind of a prick.
I'll be insensitive if I was his grandpa.
Shut up, Dooley. You're the worst kid on the block. You're spoiled, in fact. You're probably just like him. No, you're probably worse.
Aw, come on, Phillips. You know I was the toughest kid around.
Oh yeah, I remember you tried to beat the crap out of anyone who gave you a dirty look, and then they beat the crap out of you after.
You know what, fellas? Sometimes I wish we can go back to the old days, you know, when we were serving our country.
I mean, who wouldn't? Oh, fuck it.
I mean, who wouldn't? Everyone looked up to me back in Germany. Man, I remember this one time, I was taken hostage by the Nazis. Anyway, you might have thought I would have gone off to fight the Germans, but Teddy decided to leave me stranded in the Dominican Republic. He left us there just in case the Nazis had any intention of doing something sneaky. So I was on a run with 3 other guys behind me when suddenly there was a jaguar that came right out of the bushes.
Oh shit.
2 of my pals had only their pistols, but the cat must have been smart because it attacked them first. After he finished devouring my poor comrades, it came towards me to finish me off. Then somehow I managed to get the cat in a chokehold and I suffocated him with my bare hands in 40 seconds.
Hey, that's a pretty good story. But you know what's missing?
No, what?
We were those 3 comrades, you dope. And James had that jaguar shot.
Oh yeah, that was you, huh? Oh, my bad, guys.
But that was in 1929. Maybe we should throw it back to, the beginning of our youth, back in the 1920s. The start of everything.
Lay it on us.
I was fresh out of the police academy and I was just assigned to my first precinct until the sergeant ordered us to go after some commies and foreigners. I didn't like what we would do and we would accuse anybody of being Russian and working for the communists. So me and my partner were going to do the unthinkable. We were going to break to an old lady's house. Our consciences came to us and we decided to leave the woman at peace. Although she still feared that we would pursue her and that we would probably break into her house anyway. And she was with her husband as well. So as we were leaving, deciding to go back to the precinct and we were about to turn in our badges, we almost overheard what they were talking about. And boy, did we run for our lives because they were about to let out their dogs. So as soon as she let out the dogs, they came right for our guns. We didn't have anything to do. So they got on top of us and they knocked our guns out of our hands. And so I tried to take the dog off of my partner and I got both of them in a chokehold and I choked them out in 20 seconds.
Garbage.
What?
Yeah, what the hell did one lady be doing with 2 rabid dogs?
The kind of person that knows that their house is about to get broken into.
Even if it was real, it's still pretty gay.
What you say, wise guy?
Let's face it, fellas. I really was the biggest badass on the block. After I took my story, and I guarantee it'll make y'all look like pansies.
I was out with my boy, my Mexican friend. We just got out having a couple drinks from a local bar. Then suddenly we see some freak around with some other guy. We assumed they were just some punk teenagers. One of my pals brought up
the KKK, but I thought it was just some kind of myth. Boy, was I wrong. These punks brought out some type of PVC pipe. Then they told me to move aside. I didn't understand what was going on until I realized they were trying to target my Mexican friend. I wasn't gonna let those freaks beat them up. They were whacking my friend pretty good. I didn't think he was gonna make it out alive, so I had to jump in and help him. If anyone was gonna beat them up, it was gonna be me. So I took all of them one by one. I even cracked someone in the head with the pipe I told you about. But even then, I still managed to get away.
You must really be retarded if you think I'm gonna believe that little story. First of all, you don't even like beaters. Second of all, the KKK only went after black guys, not no beaters. Besides, there weren't even a lot of Mexicans back in that day.
Whatever, you guys don't have to believe me, but I know what happened. Hey, Jane, how come you're so quiet right now?
Nothing, man. Just listening about the old days makes me really want to go back.
Yeah, I hear you. I miss running around all day long, and I miss working with every one of you.
I remember a time when I used to be a mobster back in Brooklyn.
Really?
I was under a tree, being miserable like always, until some guy came up to me and asked me if I was hungry. Well, I said hell yeah, and you know, he basically took me in and never talked about his work, but I didn't care. I was just a teen and I needed a place to stay and food in my stomach. His name was Logan, and life was good for the next year and a half. I was so excited to finally have my own room and a place to stay. I was mainly excited for the food because I haven't had very much food in a while. I kinda saw him as an older brother to me. One night he invited me to go on a drive to his work. Boy, I was excited. I was finally going to see what he did for a living. The whole car right there, all that was going through my mind is what he did for a living. I even asked him a couple of times, but he stayed quiet. It actually made me quite nervous. Then he showed me the secret door. I was really amazed by everything that was in the room. Logan walked me over to the bar and gave me my very first drink. It was a shot of tequila. I couldn't help but notice that there was a suspicious guy on the other side of the room. Turns out he was a part of another crew, and they had ordered Logan not to do business on the other side of the town, but he did anyways. Bullets started flying, and Logan ducked me for cover. The room got really quiet. I thought that they took the fight somewhere else. I went to go look for Logan, and I saw his body on the floor, and he was shot. I knew Logan was dead, so I decided to bury his body in our backyard. It was a very sad day. As soon as I was done, I walked into the house, and I saw some two weird guys looking very weird. I tried to kick them out, but they were just trying to share their condolences because they were friends of Logan's. But that's not all they came for. They tried to convince me to run the speakeasy because I was the closest to Logan. They ended up leaving after I told them I'd think about running the speakeasy. Fuck it. No. I thought it over and decided to take over the business, and then in a couple of years I just handed it down to someone else.